I don't gotta hurt you, God will. You and your feeling for no reason, bro. You built your own hatred off looking at me. What's wrong with you? You can't stop what God built, bro.
What's good, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tamaria, and I go by Tamaria Loc'd on all my socials, so feel free to follow me on your favorite one. Today, we are getting into this little random ass video. It's been a concept or a video, or it's been an idea that's been lingering in my head for quite some time, and I'm just ready to release said thought and said feelings and said observations, so that we can go ahead and make room and space for new ones. So on my healing journey, my spiritual journey, on my journey of just being isolated and by myself and just really walking with the intent of identifying and recognizing my higher self and the higher power, not only within me but within other people in this world in general. So yeah, I've had to go deep. I like to go deep when it comes to me understanding myself and my purpose and why it is that I'm here, right? I gotta go deep. It has to make sense to me. So therefore, I always keep a lot of questions and theories, and it's just like sometimes it's like annoyances from people. But anyways, we are gonna get into the topic. I feel like it's really hot, you know what I'm saying? Right now in the world, it's a really hot topic. Everybody's doing it, or a lot of people's doing it. And so yeah, we gonna go ahead and jump into it. One of the huge things that I've been going through or learning to identify going on my spiritual journey is just really finding out what my programming is. What is my programming? Why am I programmed to be a certain way, according to the things that I, intake and the things that I experience with myself in my life. And one of the things that, socially programs me the most, and I can sit here, I can say it, I know it, but because I can make the observation, I can also control my decision-making process a lot more thoroughly today than I could, years ago, right? So it's like I know certain things, certain topics, certain information does have the ability to sway the way that I think, the way that I feel. So I'm very in tune and in key with myself about what I'm listening to. God said, let those who have ears hear, right? You got to be able to hear not only with just your physical ears, but also with your spiritual ears when it comes to information that you're intaking. What is it doing to you internally? Is it helping you or is it not helping you? And I just remember, as a child, a young teen, I would watch a lot. And when I tell you a lot, I would watch a lot of Lifetime, right? And in those Lifetime movies, baby, what are the women always doing? The women in the Lifetime movies is always fighting for their motherfucking life against a motherfucking man, a crazy ass man trying to murder them for something. Like, taking accountability is like not finding any fault within yourself. It's just really acknowledging what happened and then moving forward with a positive emotion. Like, okay, yeah, the Matrix may have you for a little bit, but once you start to break free of it and you start to forgive yourself for the things you couldn't control, and you start to just really trust in your most highest version of yourself, then it's like, okay, yeah, they got me. Like, it'll start to become funny for you. Like, damn, this really is a journey where you're supposed to be learning, right? You're supposed to be able to learn why you should fear the Lord. Like, if you're on the journey and the journey isn't bringing you closer and closer and closer to you being the best version of yourself, mentally, financially, spiritually, relationship wise, if you're on the journey and you're not headed to where you feel like you want to be and deserve and desire to be, then you have to do some rerouting. you have to take a look at what's causing you not to head in the direction that you know you desire, and it's ultimately what you want. The thing about social programming is that they want you all to think the same. They want us all to think the same, look the same, dress the same, talk the same, believe the same. And one thing that I just really appreciate about life is that it's very versatile. For each and every person that, you know, lives in the world, like they have the opportunity to create their own reality based upon, you know what I'm saying? A man is nothing merely than his thoughts, right? And so either he's succeeding, or either he's losing, or either he's financially stable, or he's not financially stable. Like, a man can only be what a man thinks he is. And when I say men, I mean men and women. This just makes me think of another topic that I'm going to have to touch on. When it comes to this gender war, and it's just like, baby, we were all just a split decision away from being one or the other. Like, there was it's a 50-50 chance either you're going to be a her or you're going to be a him, right? But whether you are a her or a him in the physical, in the spiritual, you're both, right? So it's like, because your genitals say that, oh, we decided that you're going to be a boy, doesn't mean that all of that your feminine side goes away, or your masculine side. Like, you just have the exterior of a male or a female, but inside we both of us, we as women and men know that in today's society, like, roles can be switched. Women could be masculine, you know what I'm saying? Men can be feminine. Like, it don't matter. It's both of them are in us. So social programming, it happens at birth, right? As soon as you come out of the womb, they're telling you what to do, and it's up to you to get to a point and a level to where you're not being controlled by anything other than yourself, your highest self, right? You want to reach that level to where you so confident in you that nothing in the world, nobody in the world, no matter the number of things that try to come up against you, it's just like, it's not gonna work, right? And so with social programming, I realized that a lot of the music that I listen to, a lot of the TV shows that I listen to really had an impact on my identity as, you know, a person over these, you know, these little few decades that I've been alive, and just really diving a little bit deeper into my behavior and the things that I grew up seeing and watching and listening to just really helps me to be more aware and attuned with things that are currently going on. And so, because no, baby, I remember when I was growing up and I watched Set It Off, you know, my mindset when I saw Jada sleeping with that man was disgusting. Like, when I saw her sleeping with him, even if it was for $2,000, we don't know what the advance was, or I think we do, because it was for her brother's tuition, and we know tuition back then might have been less, but I'm thinking it was a few grand that Jada had slept with that man for. And when I seen that when I was a young adult, in my mind, I was just like, absolutely the fuck not, because first of all, he wasn't attractive, you know. He's old, you know what I'm saying? He had that old man look. Had it been Bow Wow or Lil Romeo that she was making the deal with, probably then I would have been like, okay, this is the way to make some money. But no, I was kind of like, you know, disgusted by that scene, and just how at a young age I could empathize with Jada, like how disgusted she was and how that must have felt for her. Like, even though it's a movie, but you know what I'm saying, that's the way I identified it. But there's a lot of people even still today who saw that movie and they were like, yes, I'm gonna sell this ass, I'm gonna sell this coochie or whatever, and I'm gonna make this motherfucking money. And that's just never really been my mentality. I've been out here fucking these niggas in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, thinking I'm out, you know, I'm giving love, right? And then I stop because it's like, okay, where's my love in return? And then, you know what I'm saying, I go back out and then I give love, right? But yeah, when I seen that part, and I was just like, dang, like it makes so much sense, like why the world is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's programming. A lot of people do believe that they can sell themselves for an X amount of money, and I'm not gonna lie. It can be very tempting, right? And I just thought about it and I was like, if I did that because I really enjoy it, like the intimacy and like the pleasure that it comes naturally without, like, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, $40 or hey, whatever, you know, the rate is now, then it's just like I wouldn't want that as a job, as an occupation, when it's something that I enjoy for like leisure time and pleasure. Like, if I were to do that and then have all of this guilt associated with what I did, then it's going to take away from that whole experience. And I like the experience. So, Jada, how she did that role.